What have you learned this fall that surprised you? Fall isn't just a classroom season, it's a growth season for all of us. Parents, caregivers, educators. We're learning too. Sometimes the biggest lessons come from the smallest voices. And sometimes the most surprising growth happens outside the classroom. This episode is about honoring that learning across generations, across roles, and across hearts. Let me tell you about Rosa. She's raising a nephew while working nights at a hospital. One morning, he asked her, "Why do you always say yes to everyone?" She paused and realized she didn't know. That question led her to set boundaries for the first time in years. She told me, "I thought I was teaching him, but he taught me." That's intergenerational growth, and it's happening every day. So I want to ask you, again, what have you learned this fall that surprised you? Was it something your child said? Something you felt in your own heart? Take a breath. Let that settle, that question settle in. And if you feel moved, share your answer in the comments. Your insight might be the lesson someone else needs. Now let's meet Min. He's an ESL parent who just started attending school meetings in English. He told me, "I used to think I didn't belong in those classrooms, but my daughter said, 'You're the reason I feel brave.'" That moment changed everything. Min started speaking up, not just for his child, but for himself. He learned that courage isn't about fluency. It's about showing up. And that lesson came from a 10-year-old. Now let's talk about the learning loop. It's the idea that growth flows both ways, between generations and between roles. When we listen to children, we learn empathy. When we reflect on our own habits, we learn resilience. And when we share those lessons, we build community. Learning isn't linear, it's relational. And fall is the perfect season to honor that. Last time I asked, what have you learned this fall that surprised you? Here's what you shared. My son taught me to apologize without shame. I learned that I needed rest, not just sleep, but emotional rest. My student reminded me that joy is a skill, not just a feeling. It's these lessons that are gifts, and when we name them, we pass them on. Here's one ritual you can try, the weekly learning circle. Once a week, ask your family, what did you learn this week? Who taught you? How did it change you? It can be a dinner conversation, a journal entry, or a voice memo, but it builds reflection. And it reminds us, learning is a shared journey. Now, legacy isn't just what we teach, it's what we learn. And when we let children shape our growth, we honor their wisdom. This fall, let's be students of each other. Let's listen, reflect, and evolve. Because learning isn't just for kids. It's for anyone willing to grow with love. Thank you for being here. If this episode sparked a lesson in you, share it. Your story just might be the mirror someone else needs. And if you're walking through this season with open eyes and a tender heart, know this. You're learning, you're growing, and you're not alone. See you in the next episode. You take care and stay connected.